agreement whereby a woman gets pregnant and gives birth on behalf of another person or a couple who will become the child's legal parent. After birth, people pursue surrogacy for a variety of reasons, such as infertility, dangers or undesirable factors of pregnancy, or when pregnancy is a medical impossibility. Surrogacy is highly controversial and only legal in 12 countries. Now, before we go on talking, we're not going to be having this conversation alone in the studio. Of course, we definitely will have someone who together we will talk about surrogacy and everything in between. And for today, we've got Mrs. Sophia Chiboka in the studio. Did I?
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning to you. She's the founder of ACT Initiative. And together with her, myself, and Cynthia, we will be having the conversation about surrogacy. But first, let's start with our guest. What do you make of this entire story?
Sorry?
What do you make of this entire story?
Okay, I listened to it and I didn't feel good about it because she was coming from a point of convenience.
Okay.
Like someone that has the option to do surrogacy. Because if you look at it from the human angle, some women, they don't have any option than to do surrogacy. So it has to do with the feelings, it has to do with the way the woman, because some people, infertility is their problem, and they can't reproduce. Or maybe issues from the man's side.
Okay. I think we're going to come back to that conversation. Let's just go on a very short break. We'll come back to that conversation.
This is Rapid Broadcasting Network, RBN. We connect people, power stories, and amplify voices. On Rapid TV, we're rooted in culture and your window to the stories that matter. From news to lifestyle, we inform, entertain, and uplift. Join Rapid TV on Star Times Channel 176, Nightcom Sat. On Rapid FM, we speak your language from the soulful airwaves of Umuahia to the vibrant culture of Port Harcourt and beyond. More than broadcasters, we're creators, amplifying that voice within with powerful content across TV, radio, and digital. Join us at rbnradiotv.com and all our social media handles. One network, one voice. Rapid Broadcasting Network, RBN. The sound of your city. Rooted in truth, driven by impact.
Hello viewers at home, this is the Almighty and I'm here at the Mastermind Maiden Edition and our audition today. This is the platform where we give young mind kids from the ages of 7 to 17 the platform to express their feeling and to showcase their talent.
My name is Uzo Emanuela
Sadiq Labron Abu,
Jessica Prince. My name is Helen
Sarah Angela Achalaga. My name is Goldie Aisha.
Special so I'm Tarila. I am Paris Alban.
Just not Julia.
Let's go.
This was amazing.
it was splendid.
Mastermind.
All right, welcome back. Let's now get back to the conversation. Sorry for that disruption right there.
All right. Like I said, we have a guest seated right here in the studio who will help us break it down. We have Miss Sophia. Miss Sophia. Why do I sound like Jennifer right now? It's Sophia. My goodness. We have Miss Sophia Chiboka right here. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio.
Good morning.
Good morning again. So let's move right into the... We're talking about what you make of the entire video of Ife.
Okay, like I said, she was talking from the point of convenience. Like she has the option to do surrogacy. It's her choice, you know. But surrogacy on its own is not really bad. But people do surrogacy for different reasons. Some people, they don't have the ability to, they're not fertile.
Okay.
Or maybe, let me say from the human angle, issues. Maybe it's a decision between the couple because surrogacy goes with intending couples because they want to raise a child, you know. So I don't think I felt good about the way she expressed it.
Okay.
Exactly, because surrogacy is not just an option. Some people, they don't have an option.
So it's an option for people who don't have an option.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, the thing is, when I saw that video at first, you see this wokeness. See this wokeness that we want to be woke by all means and at all costs is going to put us in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I don't want to sound like an ancient person. Or, I mean, call me not woke. I mean, that's up to you, right? But just like you said, I'll borrow a bit from what you said. It's not a choice of convenience, for convenience. Yeah. That's why I read out the meaning of surrogacy in the first place. It's not a decision you make because it's convenient for you. It's a decision that you make. Now it's difficult to explain.
Okay.
It's a decision that you make out of necessity.
Oh, yes.
Now, I will not have a problem with Ife if she comes out to say, oh, I'm going to do surrogacy. I'm fine. I don't want to bear children. I'm going to opt for surrogacy. Yes, I'm fine. It's your choice. It's your body. And I cannot make a decision for you, you know, what you do with your body or what you would not do. But where I have a problem is where you try to generalize that idea and make it a school of thought. That's where I have a problem. Make your choices, do whatever it is you want to do, and walk away. Yeah. There's no need for you to come out to tell women it's okay for you to decide that you don't want to have your children, you know, because it's convenient for you. Do you know, if we look at it literally, in the literal sense of it, I don't want to feel this pain, but I can buy another woman's body to feel that pain. That's how I interpreted that. So that's how I see it.
Okay. Am I your guest or I'm your this one? I'm anything, right?
Pick a side.
Okay, because of course I will stand on the side where I don't exactly have a problem with Ife's expression of it. The only part I have a problem is the fact that surrogacy is not legal in all countries of the world. And so when it comes to the legal aspects, if you're not careful, if you don't do your research well, you might likely be going into trouble if someone has to do that for you when the authorities get to find out. But if you're operating from legal countries that it is legal, I don't see anything wrong with what Ife is saying. Now, I wanted to establish that. When you were defining surrogacy, you talked about what it means, right? So in the event of maybe, there's something called tocophobia. And tocophobia is the fear of pregnancy. There's some persons who have fear of pregnancy. And that fear could be mild to dread. So you don't expect a person who already has tocophobia, first of all, to now put themselves into that. So what happens is that they either tell you that I don't want to have children. I'm going to adopt. But in the event that, oh, I still want someone to have like my gene and all of that, they now opt for surrogacy. So I understand perfectly the angle that Ife is coming from.
But Ife said by herself that I am perfectly fine.
Okay,
nothing is wrong with me.
No. You don't get it. You don't get it. She's saying that health-wise, she's fine. A person can be tocophobic, but fertility, they are very okay.
No, see, when
they are able to carry pregnancy, but they just have a fear.
So that's a problem.
And it's just like a person who has anxiety, for example.
Yeah. That's a medical condition.
No. Wait, it's not a condition that stops you from getting pregnant. It is just it's a mental state.
And yes, you know what?
And there are people now, for some persons who have mild tocophobia, sometimes when they have good therapy and all of that,
they can go through.
They try to like, okay, let me just go through. But sometimes it's not more than one child. Just do it, which is after like a series of. Now, I think with the way the world is going, we sat here that day and we talked about how birth rate is declining. More and more people are losing interest in even giving birth to children. But for those who want to say, okay, let me just have a child one way or another, they go for surrogacy. Now, surrogacy is simply for where it is legal, is simply somebody else who doesn't have a problem with it, taking it for you. And you go to the hospital and it is done legally.
Okay.
There are different types.
There are different types of.
But when you go to all these corner people,
it's not matter.
All these corner places.
It's not even matter of.
But the corner is no longer surrogacy because from the time
it's
legal.
It's
an agreement.
Exactly.
It's an arrangement. So it's no longer corner. Yeah.
And do you know, the thing is, you have explained some of these things here. Again, you see the conversation we had with the father for Father's Day.
Okay, yeah, yes.
Of the Father's Day. He said something. Blueprints. Marriage. Nobody says that. Of course, the original idea of marriage was for reproduction.
Oh yeah.
You know, companionship, reproduction.
Companionship first before reproduction.
Reproduction, but reproduction is part of it.
Secondary.
Is part of it.
But surrogacy is not only for married people.
That's exactly. So
some people can decide not to get married.
But that's it. My issue is not
IVF,
that
yeah.
Ife opted for surrogacy.
Okay.
You said something about, what's the name of that word again? It's already a medical condition because it affects the mental state of a person. Now, I know someone who would conveniently carry a child to term, but has a problem with natural delivery. And by natural delivery, you know, we have natural delivery and we have through cesarean operation. We have people that naturally opt for cesarean operation because of the fear of labor and prolonged labor and the complications that come afterwards.
Yes.
I cannot now start judging such a person because I don't know the mental states that it puts that person.
Oh yeah.
Some of these
moreover,
people,
Ife does not have tocophobia.
Exactly.
She did not say she had
tocophobia. Okay, now the thing is this: when the
tocophobia.
person put out the content out there, right?
It's for the general public. Yeah.
They put it out based on how they put it out, and they envisage the kind of reaction. This woman is a content person.
Oh yes.
It gives her more traffic.
But she's in a position where she influences.
If she tells you that, oh, I am tocophobic, I'm healthy in my belly, I can carry pregnancy full term and give it to a healthy baby, but I have a fear for it. It's going to water down the effect that is supposed to bring to her, the traffic is going to bring to her.
So then that means she's not being, I don't want to say she's not being a realistic human being.
We're not even about realism here. We're about the concept itself, surrogacy.
Oh yes, and also surrogacy is not just for women. Some men, single men, wants to have children, but they don't have a woman to carry their sperm.
And they say they don't want to just go and get a baby mama, so they just prefer to go to somewhere where.
And we should also put in consideration there are different kinds of surrogacy. We are only talking about one type. The one that the lady brings the egg and the man brings the sperm. But there is this kind, I don't know what they call it. This particular type, I think, is the one we are used to. It's
the one we're talking about now is traditional.
No, traditional is not this one. This bringing of egg and sperm is called gestation.
Okay.
The traditional is when the lady is involved, either by having an affair with the man or bringing her own egg to merge. In that particular type, DNA is not involved because she is the mother of the child.
The surrogate now.
Yes, the surrogate is the mother of the child. But in gestation, DNA is not involved because it's the egg of the man, the intending couple, the egg of the woman, and the sperm of the man. That creates the DNA, the child. So the surrogate is not involved in DNA.
Contributory process.
Exactly. So this is the type we are talking about. There are other types too.
But
I even
regardless,
heard in some countries, gay people do opt out for surrogacy.
so this is the
too.
reason that you see that there are strict
So there are different reasons
strict laws.
for surrogacy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is the reason they have strict laws guarding surrogacy.
Yeah.
Because anybody can stand up now and say, I want to have kids. I'm a man. I want to get married to a man. I want to have kids. And then they look for surrogate
I get
moms.
where you're coming from.
Yeah,
And
but
IFA
if
is not giving
their
people the
policy,
free, you know, the free will to
see,
just
if
go
the
and
laws
be
of their
given
land
options,
permits,
Don't
it's
forget,
about the laws of the land.
Cynthia,
If the laws of the land permits it,
Cynthia,
and you have the money, there's no
in
problem there.
Nigeria, we're a peculiar nation.
Oh yeah.
We're a very peculiar nation. These things can be
We have
taken out of
morals.
context.
Oh,
Forget
yes.
about morals now.
Okay.
These things can be taken out of context. And this is my worry. See, in no distant time, we will now see, we are already complaining about how the Gen Zs are. We're complaining about the things that they demand, what the Gen Zs want. They do things completely abstract from what
they are going gaga.
they
Oh
do
my
things
God.
completely abstract from what every other person does. Now, imagine such an information falling in the hands of a Gen Z. They can all wake up one day now and decide that we
They
don't
want money.
we don't want to have children again by natural birth. We don't want to have we are okay, we are fine, but we feel that to preserve our figure, but we forget most times that see, in surrogacy, if you go through these materials of during surrogacy, they will tell you that you giving birth to that child, right, gives a biological bond between the mother and the child. But that can also be created and simulated with a surrogate child. Do you understand? That can be gotten with a surrogate child and what have you. But I mean,
babyhood, yeah.
baby mother bond and what it can also be done, because if you say breastfeeding creates the bond, there are women that have their children but they don't breastfeed because of some medical conditions as well. I'm not saying take out the option or take out the choice of surrogacy. I'm saying don't impose the idea, don't make it a general school of thought.
No, but she's not imposing that.
That's what she said. She said women is okay. If you want it or not, is okay. It's okay for you.
Is it not okay?
It's not okay.
Okay, what makes it not okay?
You know why it's not okay? That is your choice. It's a choice that you have made, right? And I'm not against a person making a choice when it comes to their bodies. If you, whatever you want to do with your body, go for it. As long as no one is forcing you to do it, nobody is imposing that idea on you, go for it. There are women who don't have children but still will not do surrogacy. They will rather adopt.
Yeah.
Do you get? But if you,
surrogacy is better than adoption, in my own opinion.
it's
Anyway.
choice. It's your opinion.
Yeah.
Again, and so you
Because
cannot.
DNA is involved.
It's your opinion. You
Yeah.
cannot now force me to say that I must have surrogacy and that it's okay
Anyway,
to
she
have
was just portraying a particular school of thought.
school
I
of thought.
think
And
she should balance
She
it.
should balance. That's my
Exactly.
point.
Balance it in what way?
Anyway, like what I said before, she should put the people that have no option in consideration.
What do you say? You've mentioned have no option twice. What do you mean by have no option?
There are some people that don't have option than to surrogate. They are having issues with fertility.
Yeah.
Yes, they can't give birth naturally and all that, so they don't have any option than to. So those people, they need encouragement too. They need to be encouraged to surrogate.
Exactly. Those
And not
people
to
have been encouraged
surrogate.
every
They
time.
need to be encouraged to explore the options that are available.
Exactly.
Not
So
surrogate.
if she's talking about
What option
surrogacy,
is not
from
surrogacy?
Not
if
there's
she's not taking
adoption.
from option, if she's talking from the option of you have money, you should freeze your egg, you're both
Yeah.
35, you feel whatever. So she's not really coming from the human angle. For
No,
those
freezing your
that-
egg is not also a problem. Is there a problem in freezing your egg?
There's no you know why Ife is being backlashed the way she is? It's because she built a community of women that buys into her idea. Now
Exactly.
I
And her
know
ideas are really good.
I know that it is unfair to expect something of a person, something of a person that they are not. Let me just deviate a little bit. I had a conversation with someone yesterday and we were talking about Two-Face and everything that had happened with Two-Face, you know, in his marriage, in his career, in his personal life. And the person said one thing that stood out to me. The person said, it is unfair of Nigerians to be demanding of a person what he is not. you are expecting him to behave a certain kind of way. But he has always been the way that he is. He has shown everybody that this is how he is. Because of he's privy to have knowledge about him, you know, even from his early days, before he became a celebrity. He says it is unfair for us to demand now that he behaves in a certain kind of way because we want to see him in that light. It's the same thing with Ife. A lot of people put the pressure of how they think she should behave on her. So it is that pressure now that is making everybody antagonize her.
Okay, so
we have
challenge,
seen
is
you.
it what she said or how she said it? Are we talking about surrogacy being wrong or right? Are we talking about the way she created the content, or what are we talking about?
We're not talking about surrogacy being right or wrong, because it is a choice. We are looking at how she said it and what narrative she's pushing out there.
Well, from what you're talking about, I don't feel she packaged it well. That's what I feel. Like I always say that, yes, there should be a balance. Because when you're bringing out a school of thoughts, people are looking up to you, like she said. There is a model somewhere. This Gen Z generation, they are looking up to the people that have gone before them. So I think she should balance it.
Especially as someone that has been antagonized many times, and they have said she misleads women, she misleads young girls. So she has to be like extremely careful about the kind of content that she puts out there. That's what I think. You know, it's her choice. If she comes out to say, I have decided that I want to opt for surrogacy, I have nothing wrong with me, I don't have problem with my womb, it's something that I just want to do.
She even went ahead and said you should put your hand on your head
and unlearn that. What is there to unlearn? It's a choice that you made.
There are many things to unlearn.
Like,
but for me, from where I stand, though,
it's a choice that you made. Don't make another person stupid for not buying into your school of thought.
Okay, so the thing is this: if we want to crucify Ife for this, there are so many things that we put out, right? And basically, these things are our choices and opinion, right? But we put it out there to the public, and we hope that they pick what they want to pick and drop what they want to drop. So when an Ife is not like any of us.
No, I don't agree.
Let me finish. Like any of us.
Like a content.
I don't agree.
We say even right here on air. There's some things we say that the person who is viewing may not exactly buy that idea.
I agree.
Do you get? But we put it out there, and for us it's a good idea. But somebody what she will say, no, this is not a good. So that's from where I stand. Ife, surrogacy is not a bad thing. If you decide that you want to do surrogacy, it's totally your choice. Just like there are people who would watch this content of Ife and tell you, why is this lady matter reacting this way? This is a very simple thing. If you believe in it, you go for it. It's not everything a content person put out there that you should take hook, like and sinker.
Okay,
that's the way it is.
Cynthia, let me say something now.
Everybody knows their capabilities.
Do you know that? You see, this is why we have a problem in this world, in this society, in this Nigeria.
Do we have a problem in society?
Yes, we do. This is why we have.
Let her answer.
This is why we have a problem. Yes, I think we do.
I don't. Yes, I don't think so. It's different opinions.
Exactly. So what is
different opinions? It's different mindsets.
Okay.
What do you think
about surrogacy?
No, the problems in the country.
The problem is because it's diverse. They are from different angles, different issues. So it
you do agree that we have a problem?
Well, you can't necessarily call it a problem because it's from different views and different angles. It might be a problem to someone, and it might not be a problem to another person. So it depends on where you're coming from.
Back to what I was trying to say now. She has expressed her opinion. Do you know that the position of a pastor is different from the position of a congregation?
Yeah.
The position of a congregation is different from the position of a political leader.
Oh, yeah.
What I will say as someone in the congregation might not be taken as seriously as what the pastor of that congregation says.
Modeling, yeah.
And that is the same way that we on this show, because we feel like in some way are custodians of information, are careful about the kind of information we come out here to put.
Oh, yeah.
You can never hear me say that Nigeria will not work. It's not possible. Because I now know that there are people at the other side of the screen who will hold me to what I say. Not because they are my siblings or not because I am, not because I'm directly related to them, but But because right here, I hold a position that my words can be taken seriously or lightly. And this is the position I'm coming from when it comes to Ife's comment. But I think we're half the hour.
Yeah, let's have the number on the screen. Let's see if we can get some of your messages while we also go on a break. Let's have the number, the WhatsApp number on the screen. When we come back, we would get to the last part of the show.
Are you missing out on interviews, music, entertainment, thought-provoking discussions, and more? Don't sweat it, man. We've got you covered. No matter where you are, be part of the action 24/7, online and live. Radio.
On Facebook, it's Rapid FM Umahia. On Instagram, it's official Rapid FM. And on X, it is Rapid FM 965. Tune in to Rapid 96.5 FM or listen to us live on our website at www.rapidfm965.com or radiogarden.com. Better yet, get our mobile app from the Google Play Store. Catch the pulse of the Southeast on Rapid 96.5 FM, the sound of your city.
Hey, Oyanam, all so radio.
All right, so we're still talking about surrogacy. If you look at your screen, you would see the number that you can be a part of the show. You can send us a WhatsApp message on the number on the screen. Can we have the number on the screen? All right, so we're still talking surrogacy right here in the studio. 08145055855. That is the number. You can send us a message, and of course, let us know your thoughts. Do you stand on the side of surrogacy? It's not a bad idea. Everybody should be able to be a part of it if you're comfortable with it, and if you're in a country that makes it legalized. And don't forget that there are not very many countries that have it legalized. Greece is part of it. That is legal in Greece. In the USA, it's legal. In India, it's legal. In Georgia, it's legal. In India, yes, Thailand is legal. Canada, it's legal. Colombia is legal. Kazakhstan, legal. Mexico is legal. Surrogacy in Ukraine, yes. Iran is legal. Russia is actually legal. And some other countries that we have it legal. And now, in these different countries, it depends. The rules, you know, varies. Yes, it's legal, but the rules vary. For some countries, it's not outrightly. Like for places like Canada, well, in Canada, it's not outrightly legal, but it is practiced, and it's normal. So in some countries, there's no law against it specifically. Neither is there any law for it specifically, and so it is just being practiced without any repercussions.
Also, the context of this again, first of all, when I was trying to research about this, he said it was like from a Babylonian law where women who could not bear children were now given the option of having other women bear their children for them to avoid divorce. Because in the Babylonian culture, if a woman cannot have children, which is the same as many other parts of the world, Nigeria as well, they might be considered as a disgrace. They might be considered, it's out of the culture of shame that this whole surrogacy thing came about, to save the image of the women who could not have children, right? So the idea of this now is not to, you see, where I have a problem is, you know that you fight for the rights of men, which I do agree. It's when we now start making things a gender kind of thing. Because in that video she said, oh, women, don't let anybody tell you, don't generalize it. Because next thing, we have seen different phases and revolutions of feminism, which we were talking about the other day. The next phase now, we will now have more women coming out to say, I don't want to have a child. It's my right. You know, I should not be forced to. And you know that the primary responsibility of a woman, like we said the other day, is to have and nurture children. And for the man, it is to care for the home. If the woman is trying to be elusive about her own primary responsibility.
Are you saying it's primary responsibility in marriage?
In marriage, yes. That's what I'm saying.
Companionship.
No, companionship as well. But when we are talking about roles, you know, when we are talking about roles, which we took our minds back to even scripture, where we said when the woman gives birth, you know, the parent, she goes, blah, 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 blah. She has to nurture the child. And the responsibility of the man, according to the curse from creation, was to till the soil and care for his home. You know, so if you hear
many, when the children come,
come. So oh wow,
they might not come. So I don't think it's a primary legal.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
It's the reality.
Because the reality is companionship is higher to me. So that's my opinion.
So what happens when children don't come? Does it mean the marriage scatters? Exactly.
I'm just trying to tell you
where
but
I get your
came
point.
from.
Yes.
It's because they are trying to solve the problem of the marriage.
Some people get emotional after surrogacy. Even after surrogacy, you see, they might have problem in the marriage.
Yes.
Now, some people is an issue.
I think we were not in Ife's mind when she shot that video.
She said it all. She has given us the right to dissect what she said.
No, exactly. So she made an open statement out there, and so anybody would look at it from different angles. Now this is how I say it. You are speaking, when you're talking about this surrogacy, you're speaking more from the angle of marriage.
Yes.
But I don't think that if I was only speaking only about marriage. So when you talked about, you said women saying, oh, it's my right. A single lady, look at, for example, a lady can say, okay, I don't want to get married, but I want to have a child. Don't forget, in this time and age, there's been so much conversation about women saying, okay, if you're not able to find a husband, try and have a child, so that at least you will have something.
But I don't have a problem with it.
So now,
it's when you make it a school of thought.
Okay, so now what is wrong? Okay, so look at the difference now. A person, the society is driving a narrative that is widely accepted right by people by saying, as a lady, if you have the means, the same thing affects about another way. If you have the means and husband has not come, try and have a child. Where will the child come from? From the moon?
Okay. So you see that there's a problem that they are trying to solve.
So Ife is not the only person, it's not the
case. But see, again, I want to take your mind back to what I said first. And what I said was, I would not have a problem if Ife had come out to say, this is what I want to do. I will not have a problem if she said, this is what I want to do.
But she said she's going to do it.
That's okay. But don't say, women, put your hand on your head. You know, remove that school of thought that something has to be wrong with you first before you... that's your choice.
But what is wrong with... Okay, so what I'm trying to get, which I think that our guest has to answer is, what is the problem with Ife saying in her own way? Meanwhile, there have been the same narrative telling women to have kids if a husband does not come.
Well, I don't...
So why is she being demonized for that? Well, because how would you have the kids?
Exactly, because without IVF, you will not have children if you don't have an affair. You know, affair is involved, marriage is involved. Depends on how you want to do the surrogacy. And in surrogacy, you know, it's not just for married people. It's for single people too. Some people might decide to have an IVF and be a mom without getting married.
Exactly.
So it's not just about married people. Me, I don't have any problem with the mindset of surrogacy. The only challenge I have is the way she packages. I keep saying it. She could have balanced it for the other people's school of thoughts, because not everybody that have that mindset or the courage. Because at the end of the day, we're even talking about the surrogacy from what she's saying. What of the people that wants to come and say, okay, I want to make money through surrogacy, and then we come and be giving birth.
Yeah, exactly.
One is
again, you're not getting me. That's their choice.
She now start saying, there's one in this, plenty millions.
And guess what? They will make a video and put it out there and tell women, you can make money.
Okay, can you be a surrogate mom?
Why will I be? No, I already told you before. When my thoughts on giving birth is way different. We don't talk about that.
Okay. Let's just take some of the comments before we get back to this conversation. This one says, I honestly think that choosing surrogacy just to avoid the physical demands of pregnancy is selfish. Another woman will go through all that pain while you relax. That doesn't sit well with me. The other one says, surrogacy should be an option for those with genuine medical challenges, not just a lifestyle preference. If we normalize this, where do we draw the line? Very important question. The truth is, this could easily become exploitative. In a country where many women are financially vulnerable, are we really offering them a choice or just another burden?
I don't understand that comment.
She says, Cynthia is going to say men are also financially vulnerable, but that's not the conversation right now. This one says, this new generation just they carry wokeness for head. So because you know one carry belle, another woman go suffer 9 months pain for you.
But the woman opted for it.
Waiting remain again. Okay. She made a personal decision. You guys should add your name so that we can probably just call it out to you. Now, she made a personal decision, and that should be respected, which I do respect, and I think everyone here does respect.
Oh, yeah.
Not every woman wants to go through pregnancy, and that doesn't make her less of a mother. Again,
yes.
I agree with you.
Oh, yes.
I do agree with you. But do not impose your idea on other women. Don't make it a school of thought.
Let's have the next
says if she's healthy, financially capable, and the surrogate is consenting, then why not? It's her body, her choice. We need to stop policing women's decisions.
And there's an agreement, so it's legal.
Again,
stated agreements.
Let me speak for myself now. I respect your choice, but do not make it a school of thought. That's one. Number two, think about it. If you elude that, see, human sympathy, you talked about kindness today. You remember when I was telling you that kindness is not what you need to rule a government.
Oh, yeah.
You need skills to rule a government.
So you need kindness
to rule
here.
a government. Hold on. You said kindness is very important. Here, you need empathy. Because if nothing is wrong with you, and you just sit one day and you feel that, I don't want to feel this pain, I can buy the body of another person to feel that pain. If we're looking at it from an emphatic position,
are you aware, Masa, that there are women who go to these medical centers every day asking that in case there is an opportunity for this, they are available? Are you aware? So why are we demonizing the person who wants to do it?
Oh my goodness, we are not demonizing her. I am not demonizing her. I am saying make your choice and stick with your choice. Let me take an example of this guy. I don't like to call his name.
Guy?
What's his name? It's one Emeka guy. Emeka the whatever. I don't know his name.
Okay.
I don't know. I can't remember his full name. But that guy comes out. Okay, let me use a popular person. Bobrisky. Comes out openly. Acts like a man. Is a man. Acts like a woman. Now, do you know the ripple effect of not cutting down that? Shim had a choice.
Is it a shame?
Two of them, because at this point he's a day. They had a choice. Yes. They had a choice. Both his feminine and masculine side, both of them had a choice.
Let's take this
comment. And the country respected their choice. But from that time till now, have you seen the number of people who have emerged as cross-dressers in Nigeria?
Let's take this comment. This one says, while I respect her choice, I think conversations like this should come with some sensitivity. We need to consider the surrogate experience too, not just the woman opting out of pregnancy. Now, this is what we have been talking about in this, because like I say, it takes two to tango.
Yep.
Exactly.
Right?
Agreements, arrangements.
Whenever men come out to shame, and I'll digress just in a few seconds.
Yeah.
Whenever men come out to shame commercial sex workers, I always tell them this.
Who patronize
them? If there is no
men.
customer, there will not be the products. Products will not sell in the market if there's no customer.
It takes two to tango.
And they will remind you that it is the oldest profession in the world, which I don't agree with them, because even in Bible days, it did for there. Now, let's come back home. There are people who go, like I told you, who go to say, this is what I want to do. If there's somebody, Bigo, alert me. Some will tell that this is what, there's some women who are okay with popping out babies.
I'm telling you.
Okay. That's their choice.
So the only thing Ife did, now, the large majority of men and women who go online every day saying that as a single woman, if you have not seen husband, try and have a child. Even you see adult people in their 30s, 50s, 60s saying the same thing, that if you've not seen a husband, you should have a child. Where will the child come from? Secondly, Ife only put in, because Ife has a large following.
The freezing of the eggs.
It's an exploitative behavior.
No.
The way she put it out. Cynthia, I and you have gone somewhere to buy something before.
Yes.
The person just walked up to you and said, Cynthia, buy this thing for me. In my presence.
Yeah.
In my presence. Cynthia said, Cynthia, buy this thing for me. The guy was begging. This guy is physically okay. I'm not joking. He's not a guy that looks underprivileged though. I'm not joking. Very okay. Came to beg Cynthia, oh please, Cynthia, do this, Cynthia. And Cynthia bought it. Even when I was like, what is wrong with this guy? He knelt down. And it's not something that warranted that kind of behavior.
Oh yeah. That's extra.
Now I will reserve my comments about that or whatever happened that day. But haven't you gone to the market where a small trader, a petty trader, or a small child is selling maybe ugu leaf, maybe okra, and you are seeing this whole okra in a basket, and the person is telling you, Cynthia, just give me 15 naira, I'll sell it for you. I don't want to take it back home. You, I'm sure, would have added money for that person and say, don't worry, let me not give you 100 naira. Let me not give you 15 naira. Let me give you 100 naira. Have you not done something like that before? Why did you give the person that money?
It's my choice. There's some people who will not give. They'll give you 15 okra and go.
Very good. So
it's
now,
my choice.
Do I need to now say to the person who is buying it at 15 naira, that remove your mindset from that? If they give you 15 naira, don't buy it 15 naira, buy it 100 naira.
Again, even if I say that to the person, it is still the person's choice to either do it or not. It's the same thing. Ife has put out, actually wrap up,
from the angle
Ife
of the
has
content
put
creation.
out a content.
Yeah.
We don't swallow things hook, line, and sinker.
But there are people who do. We cannot say we don't have people who do.
Now I'll wrap up by saying, if you're a person who swallows things like that, put your hand on your head and say, I unlearn this in Jesus' name.
Okay, so that should be the conclusion. You unlearn that. But the long and short, I mean, our time is fast spent. The long and short is what I said. Unlearn the attitude of looking up to somebody that is not your father or your mother on the internet space and wanting them to form an idea, an opinion, or a value for you. Also, as a content creator, you need to be extremely careful about the content we put out there. If we are calling ourselves patriotic Nigerians, it's not when we go and carry cutlass and be cutting grass on the road. That's not the only thing that makes us patriotic. What do we contribute, or how do we contribute to shaping the mindset of the young people around us? Yeah. That also makes you patriotic or unpatriotic.
Oh, Pastor Mata. Okay.
Thank
you. Thank you, guys. Today has finished. Thank you, Sophie. Thank you so much for joining us. And we have to run out of here. Our time is gone. And don't worry, tomorrow is Thursday, bright and early. We will be back. And hopefully we have something even more interesting for you. And follow us on our socials, Facebook, Instagram, and X. We are there. On Twitter, on TikTok, we are there dancing. We'll try and be dancing more for you this period, you know. And
Rapid TV all through.
And of course, on YouTube, it's official Rapid TV. This conversation and many other conversations are there. Just go, you know, burn your data and watch us, you know, share to your loved ones, share to your friends, even your enemies, share to everybody. And but don't share to your landlord that you're owing rent, please, before he remembers you. All right, our website is open and working 24 hours, www.rbnradiotv.com. Cynthia Agbo is my name.
It's Martha, and Martha. See you tomorrow.
Are you missing out on interviews, music, entertainment, thought-provoking discussions, and more? Don't sweat it, man. We've got you covered. No matter where you are, be part of the action 24/7, online and live.
Radio.
On Facebook, it's Rapid FM Umahia. On Instagram, it's official Rapid FM. And on X, it is Rapid FM 965. Tune in to Rapid 96.5 FM or listen to us live on our website at www.rapidfm965.com or radiogarden.com.
Better yet, get our mobile app from the Google Play Store.
Catch the pulse of the Southeast on Rapid 96.5 FM, the sound of your city.
Hey, Oyanam, all Sister Radio.
My name is Akio Sakyodo.
Hey guys, this is Anto Lecky.
My name is Leo Bliss.
My name is Akava. I go by the name Baba D.
And you're tuned into Rapid TV.
And I love Rapid TV.
Shout out Rapid TV. Thank you, Rapid TV. Please keep watching
Rapid TV.
This is Rapid TV.
Rapid
TV.
Keep watching.
Keep it down.
Leave it like that.